Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Right there, 56. You don't know no better. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And now a hook up downfield on second down. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On first down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in Week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams. And the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015. To throw once more on second and 10. Wilson, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This complete to Lockett. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw again is Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his first career touchdown in his first career game. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy. Game situation, let's go.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a first and 10. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Throwing is Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On first down, Carson. There he goes left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 30 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Not hit, boy.
At the 41-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 57.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now it's Lockett. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
DJ Reader there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. He's got him in. Complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 77 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Waiting. Just the mic. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's taken down inside the 30. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Joe Mixon, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 8. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Got it.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Hey. Let him know, let him know. Hey, team 6, team 6. Mike 5-4.
He'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 19 yards away, and the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 31, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Tuck 50, tuck 50. Go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Alpha.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Gun. Quick. Line 36. Line 36. Go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. I'm scared. Mike 36.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to throw one up for the end. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 70 yards on the pickup.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
56. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Five.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Double count right here, double count.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. This is Carson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
56. Check 56. I got one.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. They'll try and run for it with Penny, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
19.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check 9. Check 9. Check 26. Check 26. Watch out. Watch out.
On first down, Carson able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Sam off.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now back to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll drop the throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Ready. 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Hey, Foxtrot.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I got you.
Ready.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. Fighting through, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
Mike's 56. Watch the twitch.
They'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ready.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, orbit.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
56, Mike, 56. Silver.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson, he'll buy some time right. Airing it out for Olsen. They've got his man complete. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Josh Bynes in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's go, boys.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
You ain't doing nothing.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. 21 yards there on 3rd down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, 0-0-0. 36 power.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Flush to his right. It's caught, blocked it. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Bruce Irvin. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final. Timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
6 yards on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Ready to break.
56 is the mic. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
4 yards. 3 and out.
So the victory here for Seattle. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Seahawks, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast